Today I want to get into Jung Kook getting very emotional and what people's thoughts are on that. And then we have Rihanna allegedly doing Run BTS and also other K-pop moves which shocked people during the Super Bowl. And then we have the ongoing lawsuit of SM and the CEO. Thank you guys for sending me these stories, and actually if you do want to send me more stories directly, I have an announcement to make, so roll the clip. Today's sponsor is none other than Quack. Quack is a brand new app here in the US that allows people like you and me to create a community, which is the most important for me as they have a feature that I have been looking for a long time. This is the ability to add everyone that adds me into a group chat and allows all of us to talk to each other. I would love to get to know everyone a little bit better. We can exchange ideas, fangirl, and just have a cute K-pop community. I would love to have anyone who is interested in joining the group chat. The app is free to download, and I hope you get to be a part of the community there. They also have other communities you can join to find like-minded people, and of course you can also look to see if your favorite creators are on there as well. I will link the app in the description, and if you're interested, I really hope to talk to you. Please check them out and thank them for sponsoring today's video. We have the ongoing case of SM and the former CEO Lee Soo-man. If you are not aware of what is going on, let me explain. HYBE wanted to do something that will likely change the face of K-pop and what it is now. HYBE has a very Western style of doing business, which is just very aggressive growth. Even though the other big labels are big and also have the pressure to grow, a lot of HYBE investors and companies they now own are Western companies. The idea that these Western companies may put pressure on HYBE to get bigger ownership of the K-pop market would not be something unheard of. Because of this, it was not shocking that HYBE was going to go ahead and attempt to work with or buy over the other three big K-pop labels. They have already partnered with YG, and now they have their eye on SM. Lee Soo-man, the former CEO, owned 18.6% of SM stock, and then when HYBE decided to buy it over, they bought 14.8% of the stock from Lee Soo-man. So Lee Soo-man was the biggest stakeholder, and now it's HYBE. When Lee Soo-man's nephew and new CEO, along with SM COO, decided to talk about changing SM's structure to create a new SM 3.0. One of the ways they planned on doing that involved just completely cutting ties with Lee Soo-man. And then suddenly it was announced that KakaoTalk, the Korean messenger app, was going to be the second largest stakeholder in SM, right below HYBE. This is when Lee Soo-man decided to allegedly take legal action on SM because SM allegedly or was believed by Lee Soo-man to have violated a commercial law by giving Kakao these shares when apparently in order to do that, it needed to be run by Lee Soo-man first, which it was believed to have not been. I think all of this makes for a very rocky first week for HYBE. When someone tries to acquire another company, it's already very stressful with the paperwork, meeting the new team, and also the old team tends to not like the new team because the new team will likely have so many changes and the old staff is very used to doing things a certain way. Now they have to get the same pay, but for the next few weeks or months, they will have to work hard to adapt to a new change, and that's a lot of work. However, I overall do think this is a good decision. I think SM was falling apart a bit before, and HYBE coming in will literally save the company. People were concerned if this lawsuit would affect HYBE or the acquisition. Well, as for the results of the lawsuit that Lee Soo-man did, we have no idea if he will win or SM will, and lawsuits can range from a few months to literally years before it comes to an end. And since both parties have a lot of money, it's not likely one side would need to give up because of the legal fees getting too expensive. This lawsuit will, however, not affect HYBE at all. The most that can happen is that they pay Lee Soo-man for the quote-unquote damages, or SM didn't break any rules and nothing changes. KakaoTalk is not a part of HYBE, so whatever happens there does not affect HYBE. Back in 2021, it was believed that CJ Entertainment, HYBE, and KakaoTalk were all in the works of acquiring SM. So they are all separate companies, and it was interesting because Lee Soo-man initially had rejected KakaoTalk even though it was believed they offered 2.7 billion. So maybe Lee Soo-man is angry now because there was a reason he didn't want KakaoTalk to own any stake. Who knows? But that's just conspiracy. The fandom and people tend to speculate a lot on what is going on behind the scenes, and sometimes it's pretty obvious what is going on, and other times we are left guessing. I think we can all assume that Jung Kook is likely very upset or sad at some of the recent occurrences going on. Obviously, he hasn't worked in a little bit, so he would have time to keep up with all of the news and things going on. He has no doubt seen the battle surrounding HYBE and has probably been like, what is going on? He also has more time to sit there and do nothing, which means he will likely be in his head more and miss all of his friends and people that were around him. During a recent live stream that Jungkook jumped on and shocked everyone with, ARMYs were rightfully asking about Jin and how he's doing. Jungkook responded that Jin is okay, and he pops into the group chat occasionally to leave an update for the group, which is very nice, as I'm sure not only ARMYs that are concerned over Jin, but the members too. There's been some videos floating around to say that Jungkook heavily misses Jin, and that Jungkook has gotten emotional to the point of tears. Jungkook appeared quite teary-eyed on the day Jin had to leave, and ARMYs think he's not over it, but still feels very sad. I mean, how could he be over it? Jin's not back. People theorize one of the reasons why during the stream he did not do Astronaut when he was doing a karaoke session was because he would have cried too much. After all, Jungkook was quick to do Vibe and all those songs. Jungkook also talked about the feeling of watching their reality show Run BTS and how even though some episodes are only a month or two old, he feels like it's a far distant memory. This is likely because either so much has happened since he filmed those, or the idea of him with all the other members is not his reality right now, which is sad. People think Jungkook was crying a lot. But if you do want to watch and catch up with some of these older Run BTS episodes, I do react to them on Patreon. We do have a $1 tier that has limited spots, but is still open. We have so much fun over there. I'll link all that in the description. But I want to put out another perspective to say that I do think Jungkook misses Jin, but I would say probably not more than how much he misses the other members. Jungkook probably hasn't seen or really hung out with the other members that much because we know J-Hope has been busy, Jimin as well, so they all haven't had the opportunity to go and have dinner maybe in a little bit. And Jin isn't in jail. If he had some time off, because soldiers get vacation days like 24 days, Jungkook can definitely go over there and visit and talk to Jin. But the boys will never be forgotten, and a lot of that has been shown with how big their impact is in the world. So what happened this past weekend? Well, the Super Bowl happened, and people believe that BTS made an appearance there, specifically with the halftime show. Rihanna was performing and she absolutely killed it. She was pregnant and still dancing and singing like that. Amazing. Her performance was very widely anticipated, and she hasn't been seen in music for a very long time. I think the idea of if she even remembered how to sing was a thing. Jungkook had also previously shown a bit of love to Rihanna and respect. Fans even took a moment where Jungkook was allegedly doing the dance for Rihanna's song Work during a Billboard interview, and this was very cute. There was also another moment where people believe that BTS members are huge fans of Rihanna. There was an alleged moment that I cannot verify if it's real or not, but people claimed it's real. It's a moment in 2017 AMAs where allegedly Jimin and J-Hope and even Taeyang were reacting to Rihanna's performing, and their faces had lit up because of course Rihanna's stage presence is amazing. People then were wondering exactly how Jungkook must have felt after watching the Super Bowl. I have no doubt he tuned in and saw that allegedly Rihanna did the Run BTS dance challenge moves. Run BTS is their TV show, but also one of their recent songs, and in this video we got to talk about both of them. Yay! But it was specifically the part where the arms go up, and it wasn't like one movement, but it was pretty similar looking to the actual Run BTS choreography. Now, we don't know if the choreography was inspired, a coincidence, or whatever it was, but people think that Jungkook must have been so especially happy, even if it was not a reference to BTS, but there's no doubt they would have taken the nod, so to speak. It was also alleged and rumored that one of the choreographies Rihanna did resembled the new HYBE's group New Jeans, and people compared it to say that it looked similar as well. Of course, these things were all just coincidences to most people, but Rihanna also did the finger hearts, which is something Taeyang had popularized. However, keep in mind Taeyang did not invent it, so it could be something that Rihanna had been doing for a while anyway. Or maybe she didn't get that gesture from BTS, but from a staff member that mentioned to her that it would be cute. But what do you think about all that? Do you think Rihanna did a nod to BTS, or was it a complete coincidence? And do you think the boys got emotional when they saw that, like I think they did? How do you feel about Jungkook getting emotional over Jin, and what do you think about the lawsuit with SM and Lee Soo-man and how it'll go? Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks, just a lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.